We're in beautiful Emmawood State Beach, Santa Barbara, and look how nice this is here. We had to close the windows because the wind and the waves are very loud.
So we're right next to a wall, and it's an old wall. And actually it's a wall from World War II. It was set up to protect the coast during World War II. So now it's a nice RV park. Parts of it's already falling apart, but it makes it interesting. And right next to it is the beach with lots of rocks, and the waves are crashing onto the rocks. So we have this nice breeze, very windy actually, and the sound of the crashing waves is very romantic. So other people probably wouldn't think this is nice, but when you have a nice RV, it actually, it's very enjoyable because you have all this nice nature. Well, no trees, but the ocean, and then you're in this cozy house.
We had nothing better to do but watch a documentary, What the Hells, and let me tell you, it was good. I still learn from this documentary. I was really surprised, for example, when they talked about sugar. The cause of diabetes is not related to sugar, but meat. Just like everybody else, I don't believe everything. I have to research.
The studies that I did see in the past with Dr. Greger, he was talking about how these basically saturated fats was blocking the insulin pathways, right? So to bring the sugars into the cell, right?
Right.
So we knew that was the root cause, right? Not necessarily sugar. The sugar exacerbates it because once those are blocked, the sugar can't get into the cell, so a buildup of sugar in the blood is very damaging, right?
Right.
So, but that's not what's causing them not to get into the cell, right? It's the saturated fats or the fats.
They actually made these studies 40, 50 years ago.
No, but it's been confirmed with more recent studies,
exactly,
right? And more recent research.
But you don't really hear about it. You still hear the old story.
It's about sugar.
Sugar is causing diabetes, and nobody talks about meat. This documentary makes it so clear that when you see advertisements of meat and dairy products and their health benefits, it doesn't come from professionals like doctors, these health organizations, knowing that saturated fat and cholesterol is so unhealthy. Meat and processed meat is so unhealthy.
They're the causes.
They have recipes of beef recipes and ridiculous shrimp chicken recipes on their website.
There are a lot of these places, they get donations, right? They are funded by the animal agriculture, and the animal agriculture, I'm sure, funds them just to make sure that there's a certain type of message, right? The message is controlled in some fashion, so that it doesn't directly target, the meat, dairy, egg industries, right? They want to say meat, right? They want to say saturated fats and cholesterol, but that cholesterol only comes from animals, right? And saturated fats, the vast majority comes from animal products.
We never think about people who live close by these slaughterhouses, what they go through, how people suffer from all the contamination.
It's really the pig farms, and then what happens is that the pigs, their waste, right? They collect them into a basically like a pond or a lake, right? And it gets filled up, and then they have to get rid of it. So what they do is they spray it into the air, right? To evaporate it, right? To spread it out onto a field and let it evaporate out, so they can drain, in a sense, or lower the level of the lake of like pig waste, right? Apparently, this one farmer is like really bad, and he always does it like on Sundays when people are trying to like get together for barbecues or go to church, and I guess they talk to him, and he could care less about the community. And what happens is that everybody there have increased rates of asthma and cancer, right? Because the thing is that all these microbial invaders, right? They cause mutations in our body, right? So we get damage. At least that's the idea. And then all these people, they have higher incidences of a lot of these diseases. So what's your favorite part of the movie, documentary?
I really liked how all these sick people recovered in the end. I didn't expect that.
What I did really like at the end when he basically profiled several ultra athletes, right, who have went vegan, and they all were talking about how their performance improved.
It's true.
And some significantly. So that was very powerful for me. You know, it actually inspires
And
me.
you cannot fake it. You
Yeah.
cannot fake it. You.
And that inspires me. I want to go work out too and get all buff.
It inspires you a lot.
And that's what's left because I've lost most of the weight, maybe another 10 pounds more. And I'd rather actually, you know, get a little bit stronger, you know, build some more muscle, some muscle tone, and as a result, I'll basically naturally have less fat.
Stay plant healthy. It is so much better for our environment, for our health, for our animals. There's not one bad thing about it.
Well, you do have to adjust to the new kinds of foods.
That's true.
But you can make just as delicious food that's vegan. It's very expensive, you know, buying prepared vegan foods and fake, you know, meats and you know, 'cause they're all trying to approximate like meat-based foods. And
the fake meat and the fake cheeses are not healthy anyway. I avoid it as much as possible.
not only that, but they charge. It's like a premium. They charge a premium right now. So
That's true.
until it becomes more normal pricing, I mean, we do better going to a regular restaurant and ones that have, you know, they're willing to like adjust the menu or adjust the ingredients a bit, and the prices are much better, and it tastes great, and it's vegan, right?
Right.
It's you know, accidentally vegan.